damage. We found like one more for DMG.
Just make it up. That's my favorite rule.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the 1d12 L plus your strength sounds about right. For normal, for oversized, I would say 2d8 is fine.
Yeah, it's kind of sad
Depends
that
on where you want to put the range of damage.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you follow it by book, it would just double the damage dice, so it would be 2d12. But people have suggested online 4d4 or 2d8. I think 2d8 makes the most sense because 4d4 you just increase your minimum damage by far too much, I think.
Yeah.
Because the minimum damage you can possibly do is 4 plus your strength mod, which is pretty high.
Exactly. If you're using oversized weapon, especially on a great axe.
Yeah, and if you've got the Great Weapon Master, you re-roll 1s and 2s.
Yeah,
D4s, it's just stupid.
Really good damage.
Yeah, I would just look at different creatures in the monster manual and see what they do.
If you got the DMG, look on page 278. That's the but if you was going to follow monsters in the monster manual, you'd just go for the Minotaur because they have a large great axe, and that's 3d6.
So up to 18. So yeah, 2d8 plus your strength mod would be about the same as a Minotaur.
Minotaur. Large monstrosity, great axe, 2d12.
Oh, is it 2d12, is it?
Wow.
So, there you go. That sounds equivalent. Alright, well guys, welcome to what I've entitled Session 6.
5 bits.
Yeah, something I forget. I don't know where we're at with things.
Six is
So
okay.
for those that weren't here or couldn't be here or whatnot, previously on All the King's Horses, the group sailed and found the 2 islands of the estranged Cyclops couple. And now they went on a little quest to try to get them reconciled. On the male's island, they moved up into the mountains to find the flowers that would help the male Cyclops do his husbandly duties. Just leave it there. While looking for the flowers, group got separated a little bit, and a few folks, Silk, Gambatar, and anyone else?
Carol?
Was Kaltha on that one?
Was the half elf, the bard, wizard, rogue.
Floyd.
Oh yes. Encountered some strange plants, and out of a fountain popped this elven fellow, and chasing him were a bunch of plant creatures, living, moving, mobile shrubbery. After a bit of a skirmish with some of those things, the group realized, oh, this new folk, Silviren, he called himself, wasn't from around here. And by around here, I mean this world. That fountain served as some sort of portal. And as you head back towards it, we pick up now. Heading over, the portal begins to glow and swirl, and kind of flying up and out of it comes Matthew and Caltha and Keenan, who were previously separated from the group. Caltha looks a bit worse for wear. Keenan and Matthew, you have some scratches and tears, and there's like twigs in your hair and thorns in your side. Keenan, you got one like right on your right butt cheek, just this big thorn just kind of embedded there.
Wonderful.
Because on the other side, you guys had faced similar moving plant creatures. You come out kind of huffing and puffing and kind of reunite with the group.
Okay.
What the hell is
Caltha's
happening?
I stammer something like, have you in a point where that thing is? The swirly thing?
Yes, the fountain, yes.
Yeah. Do you know what happened? And just standing there.
So Byron looks at you
and
I think you went to my land, and thankfully now you're back to your own. And he goes over to the fountain and steps into it, and nothing happens. The water is calm. There's no activity at all.
Weird. You think we drained it of its power?
So I have no idea. It's all witchcraft to me. I suggest we get about our business.
King sort of scratches his head and just thinks, oh yeah, we were stealing the sheep, weren't we?
We weren't going to steal the sheep, we were going to acquire them.
Call it what you will.
This is a legal business and we will not degrade it.
We're just stealing
So, back to the ship.
Sounds like a plan to me. After all, I believe we have the flowers we can share.
Okay, did you guys find the flower last time? Did we get that far?
Yes, we did.
Okay, I believe you.
And I specifically said that I was keeping some for myself.
If I remember rightly, isn't that... No, never mind. I don't even want to know.
What effect this flower might have on a dragonborn? That's a good question. Or maybe not a good question. No, that's...
No, I think it's definitely the latter.
Also, I'm calling this the Agyra flower.
As long as he doesn't try it while I'm around, we're fine. Otherwise, my scimitars might have to taste dragon blood.
Kind of jumping the gun there, right? And then I look over to Gambatar and knowing what it does, I says I would have just called it rockweed.
It took me a second.
Man, it was kind of like me and your pussy cock. It took me a minute.
I believe we were heading back to the ship.
That was.
Yeah, sorry.
All right.
Just rolling
so-
my eyes.
Yeah. Silk, give me a navigation roll, survival check, I think. Please.
Okay, give me just a second. Survival. Plus 4. That will be a 14.
Okay. Yeah, it took you a minute kind of to get your bearings and find things, but you discover the trail. But before you head off, this Sylviran fellow, this funky looking elf dude, he's still standing in the puddle, in the fountain, kind of kicking the water, splashing, jumping up and down, trying to I don't know, trying to get back to his home, I guess. And so what about me? He says.
You live an adventurous life, don't you?
Exploration, yes. Discovering new things, I suppose.
Perfect. Come with us.
Okay. I'll just help this unconscious gal here, and we'll head back to your ship.
Sling her over my shoulders, and I'll carry her.
He puts a hand on her, and there's this light glow, and Kaltha does regain consciousness, and it looks like some of her wounds close. So, so yeah, you guys make your way back down the mountain, and you see the cottage of the male Cyclops. Is it Berlumpur? Is that his name?
Yes. Covered in mud.
Yeah. It's kind of the giant word for muddy. And yeah, he's outside of his hut, his hovel, kind of pacing around. So thump, thump. The ground kind of shakes with his heavy footfalls, and just kind of walking back and forth. Ka-thunk, 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 ka-thunk. Are you guys heading to his cottage, or?
The faster we can get off this island, the better. So.
I agree.
All right, so he sees you guys kind of emerge, and looks over. He comes like just charging at you. If you hear screaming from the other room, that's my wife swearing at the game.
Don't
Okay.
worry about it.
Must be a
I'm sure you're watching you follow suit.
I taught her football and the right ways to encourage your team. So yeah, he just comes. You got this Cyclops just kind of charging at you.
I'll get off sort of to the side in a position where he can see us, but where if he were to sort of keep going, he's not going to trample me.
Does he look pissed?
Make an insight check.
That'll be what. Insight is 14.
5
Okay.
inside.
Yeah. 14 is enough. He doesn't look mad or upset, though it's kind of hard to tell with how ugly his face is. He looks more, I guess, worried, excited. There's a mix of emotions on his face, but it doesn't seem like he's charging you in anger, like he's going to attack.
Alright, I just stand there indifferently waiting for the party to deal with this guy.
Yeah. He comes to a skidding halt, kicking up rocks and dirt and a few boulders your way, and dust kind of flies all around. He goes, You get flour?
We did. We get some flowers.
Me see.
Give him some flowers.
He gasps, and who gave him the flowers?
I did.
Gambatar, he sweeps you up in this massive bear hug, just lifting you up off the ground, just starts squeezing and shaking you back and forth. Like a toddler with a new puppy. He's just
Oh no.
giving slobbery kisses on the top of your dragon scale head, just so happy.
Okay, down, down.
Yeah, take 5 points of damage for that. No. You're pretty sure though you felt a rib crack, and he just kind of drops you back onto the ground, and he on around his waist, his bulbous waist, he pulls this satchel. He has a little pouch there, and he puts the flowers inside of it, ties it off. Says, "We go now. We go now. You speak for me, right? You smooth things over with wife, right?"
Let me talk to her before you get there. Explain your side of the story first.
Right. Okay. Good.
Okay then.
And he pats you on the head. I'm pretty sure you felt, one of your vertebrae in your neck snap, but
So, Oak's gonna think for a second and go, oh, wasn't there mention of payment for our services?
oh, right, yes, big shiny, me get. And he kind of goes into his house and he flings the door aside, just rips it and tosses it. Matthew, give me a dex save.
Shit.
As this hunk of wood comes flying your direction.
Oh, that's splendid. Dex save, right?
Yes.
Plus modifier is 6.
Oh, you get kind of knocked off your feet by this flying door. 4 points of damage.
I don't like it.
Yeah, and he stomps into his hut, and you hear crashing and bashing and things being thrown around, and he turns around and comes back out, and he's carrying this lump of gold-flecked rock that is the size of Ganbatar's head. And then he looks at you and looks at the door on top of you. Looks at you, looks at the door on top of you. Lets go of the rock and starts scratching his head, only the rock falls and lands on his foot. So now he starts jumping up and down, holding his foot. Ow, 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 ow.
Taking a few steps back.
As the ground shakes again. You see a minor rock slide on the mountain. But yeah, there's this giant gold nugget.
Yeah.
Well, it looks too heavy for me to carry. Eh, Perhaps the Dragonborn will Kenya.
But he goes, me carry. You get only when wife take me back.
Okay.
And he kind of palms the rock, just picks it up with one hand, like palming a basketball, just and gives you a nod.
And I crawl from under the door. Dusting myself off and just looking at him and just shaking my head. I'm not
Squishy
saying-
human, haha.
Ah,
All right. So yes, you make your way down, back to the boat, where you encounter your next challenge. Because the longboat will fit the six of you. That is, Gambatar, Silk, Matthew, Keenon, Kaltha, and the newly found Sylviren. But it's not gonna fit the Cyclops.
I'm pretty sure he can swim.
he swam there.
Precisely.
Crap.
I turn to Cyclops, Burlanpur, and say,
Mm-hmm.
"You want to make a good impression on wife, right?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
What impression?
Perhaps wash a bit before you go there."
He looks at you and. Mm-hmm.
Make
What
you
is
smell nice.
wash?
What?
What is wash?
Not
So-
know
get
this
rid
word.
of skin.
Silk's gonna just shake her head and say, what this Mel's trying to say is perhaps you should swim over to your wife's island and show her how strong you are.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that good. Yes.
Problem solved.
Thanks, Silk.
We can't swim and carry rock at the same time.
Oh, just put it in the boat.
Silk kind of smiles, nods at you. Leans
Put in
over,
the boat.
whispers, you gotta remember their intelligence isn't as high as us.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I keep forgetting.
But you say me no give you rock. Me say no give you rock. Yeah, until meet. And he starts scratching his head again.
So Silk's gonna smile, say, but if you put it in the boat, you didn't give it to us. You gave it to the boat.
Make a persuasion check.
I would like to assist in this.
With
I will
advantage.
do it.
Silk. Yeah, okay, but Silk gets to make it with advantage. Keenon, anything to add?
I was just going to do the same thing, but because it's already happening, I'll let it roll out.
Okay.
Okay, that will be 13.
Okay, yeah, he shakes his head. Okay, give to boat. Boat no steal. And
Oh, the boat's an honest boat. They won't steal it.
he kind of squints and gives the shifty eyes at the boat like he's not sure, like he suspects it. And helps you pull it out into the water. And I'm gonna take 5 to see what the heck just happened at the game. Hold on.
Sounds good.
I'll be right back.
I think someone may have scored a point in the footballs. Oh, I love sports. They are the best.
A big to-do about nothing.
Yeah.
Can you hear the excitement?
Son of a poop bucket.
Did you lose?
Okay. Okay, so he helps you pull the boat out, and so are you going to go straight to the female's island,
I
to
think
Kettle's
that's
island, or are you going to go back to the?
I say just go to the island.
Straight to the island, get things sorted out with her, and then we can be on our way.
Exactly.
All right. Well, you start making your way across, and rowing with the extra weight of the gold nugget, a little difficult, but you're able to make it. And Berlumpur, swims behind. Let's give him an athletics check. So yeah. He struggles a bit at a couple of points, but his zeal to see his wife and be reunited once again kind of gives him a second wind, and he powers through. You get to the shore, can drag the boat up a little bit onto the rocky beach, and head towards Kettle's house. If you guys want to talk to Kettle first, what are you doing with Berlumpur?
I'm going to be in the boat, and because I know he's a bit dense, I'm going to cast a minor illusion to make it look like there's 2 other golden nuggets. So when he goes to pick them up, 2 of them are illusions. I just keep toying with them while we wait.
Before I go to the Kettle, I'm gonna give Berlumpur just some nice things to say, like "I'm sorry, it was wrong," blah 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 blah.
Okay.
And then I'll head to the house.
And I'll wait 8 bit at the male Cyclops to kind of lead him in when the time's right.
Okay, so you're gonna stay with Berlumpur, Silk?
Yeah.
Gamatar, are you going alone?
I don't have to go alone. If you want to come, you certainly can.
Sure.
Okay.
Some different company. So I'll follow you along, or walk next to you,
All right.
checking out the sheep
okay.
we pass by.
Yeah. Berlumpur looks in the boat and sees the 3 giant nuggets, and now he's really confused. He's squinting his one eye. I think I may have said eyes earlier, but now he's like, gold nugget. Now, many? What you trying to pull, boat?
I just look at him dumbfounded and go, "What do you mean many? There's just the one." And I point to one of the nuggets. I point to the real nugget.
He tilts his head and starts hitting the upper side of his head, knocking water out of his ear, and then he tilts to the other side and starts hitting his head, knocking water out of his ear, maybe, and blinks a few times. He makes an intelligent. Oh, yeah. He looks at you and says, "Okay." Like he agrees, Keenon.
Really good. This is going to amuse me while we wait.
Okay. Ganbatar and Matthew, you make your way across the island past the incredibly large sheep. And you see Kettle, bent over in her garden. Full moon on display as her dress doesn't go down quite as far as you would hope.
Politely ignore.
Good grief.
Yeah. Her rear end looks like the surface of the moon.
Cold, dark, and full of craters.
Yes.
How do you guys come up with those texts?
I'm very disturbed.
Approach and just say,
Yeah, go ahead.
Kettle!
She stands up, and whirls around, and dirt from this giant turnip that she was pulling up out of the ground just kind of flies and smacks you in the face, Ganbatar. Just kind of splattered with dirt and mud. And she looks at you, squints her eye, scratches her head. Let's see if she can remember who you are.
Oh, good lord.
16, yeah. Yeah. Oh! You! And she looks at Matthew and goes, and... Yeah, you! You come back.
Yes.
But we are not alone.
You're not? What? Who? Where? And she starts looking around like she's about to be surrounded and attacked.
Not that kind of alone, but for a moment, your husband. He's very sorry for what he did. He didn't mean to eat the babies.
He did. He ate the babies. And she starts wailing.
He wants to
to make-
apologize.
Oh, right.
He wants to apologize for that.
Apologize. What this word?
In giant, make not bad now.
She looks at you and says, okay. Where he at?
I will tell her to wait here, and we will bring him.
She goes, okay.
And hurry up back to the beach and sort of wave everyone over.
I
Okay,
remain
she follows
behind,
you
but
anyway.
will run. What?
She follows anyway.
Okay.
This is gonna be
So
interesting.
she says she would wait, and you turn around, and like you don't get 3 steps before you hear her heavy footfalls behind you. Just.
Doesn't matter. So yeah, just start heading back to husband.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of cross the final ridge, and some of the sheep are following her, just stupid and chewing on the grass. And she looks down the beach and she sees Berlumpur. And she reaches down to grab one of the many large boulders that are strewn along this hillside.
I stand in front of her and say, "Stop!"
She has a hold of the boulder, and her one eye kind of shifts over to you, and then back to the boulder, and then over to you, and then back to the boulder. She starts to pick it up.
No.
Do you want babies again?
You not my type.
If you want babies again, you're gonna have to put down the boulder.
Yes. Berlumpur said he will make new babies with you and not eat them.
Alright, one more persuasion check.
Okay. Can I get help?
Yeah, I'll help you.
Sure.
Okay, I'm 18.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. Then it drops it, thunk. And when it drops and shakes the ground, Berlumpur turns his head when he hears that sound. And he sees her, and he turns back to the boat, and he goes to grab the golden nugget, but his hands sweep through one of the illusions that Kenon had made. And he stands up, and he chucks the nothing. And then looks around and goes, not knowing strength that went far. Me no see where land.
I just kind of roll my eyes at him.
Okay. You still have 2. All good.
Go. I say to Kator, go to him with no rocks.
Okay. She starts
Say
forward.
hi.
She looks at you and kind of quizzically, but then points up and says, "Hi!"
Is Berlumpur in shouting distance?
Yes. And he's kind of scratching his head and looking at Kenon and Silk, like, what do I do now?
While he's asking that, I shout for him to come over.
Kenyon just kind of shrugs and then just points over to Matthew. Says, "Nah, do what he says." He seems to know what he's doing.
Kenon's like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Freaking cyclopean marriage counseling. So, okay. So yeah, he does. He starts his way over, and as the closer they get, kind of the faster they start moving, and pretty soon they're running, and as their footfalls hit and shake the ground, just kathong, 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 and then the two of them kind of crash into each other, and fall on the ground in an awkward embrace.
Thank God that's over.
I'll go to Matthew and I'll say we might want to get our sheep now before they. Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
let's get our sheep now.
I agree with you. Actually. So how do we do that?
Go to Silk and Kenyon. Bring the boat around towards towards where we first landed on the island. I'll bring the sheep over.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're on that same beach.
Oh, perfect. Get a handful of grass. Walk up to one of the sheep, and just kind of wave it in front of its face.
Okay. Make a handle animal check with advantage. I like that.
Yay!
Waving of your grass.
Oh dear lord.
I'm sorry, I did.
Don't tell me you rolled double twos again.
No, I didn't roll double twos.
Double threes.
No, my low was a 4, and the one that I'm keeping is a 5.
Do you need help?
I think so. The
Can we
sheep
do
starts.
The sheep looks at you stupidly while the two Cyclops continue to make out on the hillside. Things are starting to get disturbing.
Well, this worked. Well, this worked the first time. Munch on it. Munch on the grass, and then just exhale into its face.
Okay, one more time.
First time.
No advantage this time. This is it. Do or die.
Oh, 3. That's it. I've had it with these animals. They are filthy and.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 3.
Yeah, the sheep belches at you, and now the Cyclops are ripping each other's shaggy, tattered clothes off.
About this time, I think Keon would notice Silk's tattoo on her forehead started to glow, and Silk crumples to the ground.
Oh shit.
He'll sort of like walk over to her and kneel down, like put his hand on his back, make sure she's okay. He goes, "What's up? Are you ill?"
As you start to put your hand over her checking her out, you see the black mist coming from her forehead.
What the hell is that?
After a couple minutes, it gets really thick beside her and bumps into a black panther that stands about half her size.
Well, that's a pretty neat trick. I'm not gonna lie. But are you okay though?
at the moment, Silk will kind of shake her head up, and Inamo notice the tattoo on her forehead's gone. And Silk will say, "Yes, I'm fine. Although I never expected it to be like that."
What the hell just happened?
Kaltha jumps out of the boat and just is staring at the cat wide-eyed. Sylviren is in the boat and like wide-eyed but scared.
Oh, it's fine. She won't hurt anyone. Just help me get to the boat. It took too much out of me.
King would like prop her up and take her over to the boat and lay her down in it.
As you lay her down, Silk will whistle, and the panther will come lay at her feet.
Also, knowing Silk's attitude, he'll make very careful not to touch her in any inappropriate places because she's a bit of a hateful woman. It seems a little bit, especially towards men. He'd be very careful.
Okay, good.
It's over.
That's all.
So the Dragonborn, after being defeated by the sheep on 3 fronts, will saunter over back to the boat.
Yeah, and at this point the ground is starting to shake and rumble.
Okay, I'm gonna turn that saunter into a slow jog, and just let's go. Let's just forget the sheep. They're big, stupid, and we can't do anything with them.
King would look up to you and he does shake his head. He goes, "Are you having trouble with them, really?"
I'll look you square in the eye and say, "Do you want to be watching that?" As I point to the Cyclopses, who are probably in the process of coitus. And do you want to look at that while playing shepherd?
Yes. The great thing is, I don't need to be lucky. How far away are the sheep from me?
I would say that the sheep and whatnot are 100 yards from the boat. Here, let me put it this way. You guys have a choice. You can attempt to get the sheep, and everybody tell me whatever skill or whatever you're doing to try to accomplish that. Or you can leave now. Attempting to get the sheep will probably result in a sanity point, or however the DMG puts that.
Inspiration.
I can just use telepathy to command the sheep to follow me.
Do you speak sheep?
They don't need to understand the language.
I'm pretty sure they have to.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, I think they have to understand a language.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's true.
Yeah, that's right. They have to understand a language, but they don't have to understand the language. That's right.
Right.
Well, they were talking to Kaltha before, and she got mother from them.
Okay.
So concepts they have.
Not to mention, Silk can talk with animals anyway.
Okay. Okay.
I just hunt them up like a what do you call them? Like cattle.
Right.
Yes, it wouldn't be hard. I'm sure they would run from my panther.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody give me a handle animal check.
Four.
Go ahead and type them into the chat so I can see them. Or animal handling check, whatever it is. Ooh, 16.
We all have to do that?
Yes, everybody.
And that will be using my panther to herd them over to
Okay.
the boat.
Yeah, make a separate check for the panther.
That was the check for the panther.
Okay, then make one for Silk.
Activated.
I hope that works.
Yeah, okay. Um. Do-do-do-do-do. Aha, there it is. Madness. I didn't look up these rules. I didn't think I would use it.
What rules are that?
Madness, sometimes stress will induce short-term, long-term, or indefinite madness.
Okay, so yeah, you're able to corral the sheep and get it to and into the boat. It seems pretty frightened by the panther, and Matthew kind of herding it, and everybody else trying to lead it. Keenan using some telepathy that doesn't seem to get through its skull. And you're able to get it in the boat, but in the process of how you're moving around, and you know the sheep kind of occasionally wanders off. You do witness some things going on between the Cyclops that it's wrong on so many levels, just violently disturbing. Some of you even get physically ill. Everybody roll percentile D100
Ah, shit.
and type those results in.
Oh god, I think I just witnessed truffle work.
Is that a natural one?
Well, yeah, it was a 00 and a 1, so.
Yeah.
Double
Oh,
zero. Doesn't that mean that you have 101?
No, 100 would be 0000.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and 74. Okay, Keenan and Ganbatar. Just as you get the sheep to the boat, you for some reason make just one last look at the island. You don't know why. You just kind of turn your heads to say goodbye. It's just kind of a reflex thing. And you get an eyeful of something and just go catatonic, just absolutely paralyzed. You know, like maybe you fall to the pebbly shore or not, but maybe you're just standing. They are just stiff. They are not able to move.
Mother of God.
Matthew.
I must document this.
Yeah, but you can't even move. You're just Matthew, you start to babble incoherently.
Yeah, probably. That's like kind of totally at wit's end right now.
And Silk.
But I can't look away.
Silk, you will do whatever anyone tells you to do for the next 8 minutes, as long as it doesn't, you know, involve self-harm. I am going to roll for Kaltha. Kaltha just goes absolutely ape shit crazy and starts hitting everybody. Fortunately, when you get smacked, Gambatar and Keenon, it kind of knocks you out of your paralysis, out of your catatonic state. And Silviron, yeah, he's just stunned, just you know, kind of catatonic as well. Even when Kaltha smacks him upside the head with her staff, he just kind of stands there.
Biology 101.
Everybody give me an athletics check to try to push the boat out in your handicapped states.
Oh, that should work.
I don't think I would be able to at all since I was already incapacitated.
Right.
Oh, wait.
But my
Okay, yeah.
panther will come back to me and
Yeah,
get back in the boat.
Yeah, the panther's not liking the boat, but yeah, you guys get but it doesn't want to stay on this island for sure. So make a wisdom save for the panther, using the panther stats.
Okay.
I'm just being a jerk, aren't I, guys?
Yeah, well, don't do it on screen.
Different kind of
That
jerk.
will be a 14.
Okay, yeah. You're able to, you know, kind of calm the panther down, kind of scritch its ears, and so it doesn't go crazy and start clawing everybody. You guys were able to restrain Kaltha and get her in the boat, and everybody's able to push out and start rowing. Unfortunately, the way that these longboats work is that you row backwards. So you're still facing the island as you row away.
Oh, I put up a minor illusion. There's a bed sheet in front of us.
Beautiful. Excellent. That saves everybody from vomiting in the boat. And yes, you're able to get back to the ship. You pull up alongside, the lines and nets are lowered down, and
Before we go up, I'm just going to say to everyone, what happened on that island stays on that island.
All the way over whilst in the ship, Kenyon was going, I told you we should have took the sheep. I told you. We didn't have to get involved or anything. No. It cannot be unseen.
So if somebody would like to write down, I've lost my records at the moment. Big gold nugget as part of your inventory booty. I'll figure out. I know I had figured out what it was worth previously, and I might have those notes somewhere. I just haven't been able to find them today.
5,000 gold.
Each?
Yeah, 9,000 each. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. What?
I'm going to build me a library!
And then as you're bringing it up to the ship, it slips out of your hands and plops in the water, and it's lost in the ocean. Damn.
Oh, well.
I hope that was the fake
Dive
one.
in after it.
I got it wrote down.
Okay. All right. Yeah, big ass gold nugget. So. Yeah. Captain. Oh gosh. What's the captain's name?
Does the captain have binoculars?
He does. He does have a small telescope. Yes, a personal. Yeah, Redmayne. That's what I thought. Captain Thosen Redmayne.
Yeah.
And Claudius are on the deck. But before we get to that, Silk, how do you get the Panther up on board?
Silk ain't getting nothing up on board. Silk's gonna need help getting on board.
Okay.
Same way as you do the sheep, I guess, with straps
Okay.
or straps.
Yeah, since it's your feline, Silk, I'll say that you're able to kind of communicate to the cat to yes, let it be harnessed and hauled up. You know, and it looks like any cat that doesn't want to be picked up as it's being lifted up onto the boat, and you kind of alongside with it, trying to keep it calm during the ascent. You guys get up on top, and the gold nugget is rolled, and the sailors are just beside themselves, just looking at it, and the captain and Claudius are there, and the captain says, "So what is your report? You guys were gone for a long time, and we saw the boat going back and forth.
Silk's just gonna weakly say, Cyclops on the islands don't look.
I will walk up to Silk, give her a firm smack on the back of the head, and say, I told you what happened on the island stayed on the island.
And then Claudius looks over at the newcomer, at the Silviran, and says, "Where did this guy come from? Who are you?" And Silviran is still just stunned. He's still like catatonic, just drooling on himself. So Claudius is like really confused.
You're not the only one, my friend.
The moment I get on board,
Yeah.
it's straight to the rum keg. And I dunk my head in it and start drinking like there's no tomorrow.
A couple of the able-bodied sailors kind of come over and like pull your head out of there, like, "Hey, save some for us."
It's just like, and after I've done that, I'm just gonna find me a spot to lie down, close my eyes, and not see for a while. I'm totally wanting to unsee that.
Yeah, Matthew's in the fetal position, rocking himself, weeping.
Not quite weeping, but pretty much fetal position, yeah.
And Claudius and a lot of the others are just kind of looking at you guys. And by now, the waves, from the shock waves of the island, the water is now lapping and slapping against the boat.
Captain, I suggest we make full course forward now. Unfurl all the sails, all of them, every single one of them.
Why? Is there some sort of danger? Or are we going to be?
No, the danger's gone, I can assure you of that, but please, unfurl all the sails.
Yeah.
Inspiration to who?
To Keenan, but yeah. You know what? To everybody.
I need to remember to use this. Like, I just looked at my character sheet and I've got 2 points of inspiration. I'm like, oh crap.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Keep them racked up.
We should really show this nugget off to the captain.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He definitely sees it and looks to the first mate, Tragmore Sterngate, the dwarf with the peg leg. He goes, "I'll see to its storage, Captain." And it's kind of, they get a bunch of burlap and canvas and kind of wrap it up and put it in this in a bit of a net and several sailors pick up and start hauling it, transporting it down below. At least it'll serve as ballast for a while. So Claudius, and yeah, the captain set sail. He goes, well, I was hoping to stay the night here in this cove, but if you think it's dangerous...
Not so much dangerous, just there's some messed up things on the island.
Okay, well, I expect a full report sometime tomorrow. Until then, get some rest. Do you say that to the captain right now? Like,
yep.
No. He gives you a look. Like, I'm the captain kind of look, just this stern, Clint Eastwood squinty gaze.
Okay, I rolled a 20 persuasion, and I just said to him, trust me, you don't want to report.
He shakes his head at the, decides not to push it with the obviously disturbed tiefling at the moment.
And the obviously disturbed fighter.
Yeah. He sees Matthew being pulled out of the rum barrel. So kind of rubbing her head, and this panther that he hadn't seen before, the blathering guy, Kaltha, who just seems like, who's usually cheery, is very depressed. She's kind of like really retreated into herself, sorry for smacking everybody. So now she's just kind of head down, and she goes down below to tend to the other animals.
Is Silk still pretty much incapacitated? Is she still pretty much out of it?
She is slowly coming to herself, but she's still pretty worn out, fatigued. And she'll look over at Kid and say, perhaps you should help me get to my quarter.
Yeah.
Besides, Guinevere seems to like you, so you can't be as bad as most men.
He sort of chuckles and goes, that obvious, eh? Oh, well. And then he sort of picks you up and walks with you to your quarters. And I assume the panther follows along with us.
Yes, Guinevere will come right behind me.
What's the panther's name?
Guinevere.
Guinevere. Okay.
We can call her Gwen for short.
Gwenny. Okay.
Gwyn, the Lord of Cinder. Sorry, that's enough.
Claudius has a library on board, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got some books and things.
Okay, I'm gonna go look for something to read to distract myself.
Yeah.
Practicing your calligraphy.
Yeah, something. Just. So the ship sails into the sunsets behind you guys. You do hear strange noises continuing to come from the island, and whatnot, and your dreams through the night are rather disturbing. Large mountains crashing into each other repeatedly.
Yeah, well, drinking before closing my eyes wasn't a good idea.
Yeah. You wake up screaming a couple of times in the middle of the night, Matthew. Just and all the sailors jump and look at you and throw things at your head.
Yeah, not a good idea. You know the Fantasia from Disney
Yes, yes.
with all the pink elephants dancing and it. Well, imagine the Cyclops is doing that. What they were doing on the island.
Yeah,
Them
yeah,
going
something
through
like
my
that.
head. So it's kind of like nightmarish.
For some reason, I was dreaming I had a Pretty Ricky song stuck in my head.
The what?
It don't matter. It's like a Pretty Ricky song. He sings a song called "Grind on Me."
I don't know that song. I'm very happy, I think.
I'll have to look that up. Maybe not. And so the journey continues. Sailing east. You guys eventually recover physically, if not mentally. Claudius kind of approaches you guys at mealtime. When you're all kind of in the mess, grabbing something to eat, and looking over to you. Sylviron's still in his room, still recuperating. It seems like he's traveled a lot on land, but travel by boat is something new to him. So he seems to be rather seasick or something. And he does look to you guys and says, "What happened? What happened on that island? I mean, where did Pointy Ears and the kitty cat come from?"
Silk will smile, say, "Guinevere's been with me since I was a young child. However, it's just now that she's been able to take form."
He looks at you and nods sagely, like he follows completely. And the elven fellow with the funny accent?
Oh, I have a relief drawing.
That's right.
I also have 2 pounds of ettercap webbing. Yeah. Show him the relief drawing from the fountain.
All right.
This is the sort of markings on the fountain where we found him. There was a flash of light, he appeared, and that's it.
He starts looking at it. Elven dialect, it seems, yes, but different and he starts kind of combing through it, and he appeared in a flash of light, you say?
Yes.
Matthew, do you tell, or Keenan, do you tell about your time on the other side? What happened to you?
That depends. Do I remember what happened?
Yeah. You guys kind of, when you got near the fountain, you kind of fell through it, and you appeared in this strange forest. The light, the sun it was kind of like dusk. When you went in, it was like noon, and then it was dusk, and you get there, and these plant creatures attacked you. You'd never seen anything like that before. And Matthew, you swear that you saw a unicorn out of the corner of your eye running away.
Yeah, I do. Swear.
And yeah, and at this, Claudius is like incredibly excited. His eyes are wide, and we must tell the captain. We must turn around. We must go back. I must see this for myself.
No, we don't.
But this could be a link. It could be proof.
Oh, what?
I'm pretty sure you're looking for
I'm going back.
And you say this fellow came from that fountain, from...
I take my plate and go outside to where Claudius isn't, and I won't answer any more questions concerning the subject.
And, but did you bring anything back? Did you, any material at all?
I'll give him the.
I'll give him the thorn that's sticking out my butt cheek.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking of.
The flower the Cyclops wanted us to get. That's what I have. That's what I have named it.
Okay. The Argev. I love it. Wonderful. Now I get it. It took me a minute. See, I'm depressed because my Steelers lost.
Have some Argave, it will perk you right back up.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. He, takes a sample, leaves you the other sample or whatever, and takes the thorn. Okay, this will be most helpful. Thank you. Perhaps we can stop on our way back after we get to the end. And he gathers the stuff and heads back to his quarters.
Kenyon sort of mutters under his breath. He just says, well, I'm not coming back.
I'll join you in that.
I'm still outside finishing my plate.
Matthew, you see Sorella, the catfolk scout.
Yeah.
She's down on the deck. Seems to be playing some sort of game with Guinevere.
Huh.
Like a game of catch or something. She's
Right.
batting this big ball of twine, and then Guinevere bats it back, and she bats it back to Guinevere. Kind of back and forth.
Silk's gonna chuckle watching her cat play.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit equal distance from them, between them, cross-legged, and just watch them play. With my
As
plate, my
Kenyon,
lap, and just eating and watching them play, and just
Kenyon's going to walk back from the mess hall. He's going to walk over to where Silk is, and as he passes the cat lady and the panther, he just sort of pets the panther and just gives a dead-eye stare to Sorella.
Is Candy loose on the ship?
Yeah, I mean, she's been staying with Calitha, trying to cheer her up and whatnot, just, sticking close.
Right. Well, after I finish my plate, I probably go get either one of them or both to see the
Okay.
cats play.
Oh, okay. Candy seems a bit standoffish, especially, mostly towards Gwen, just kind of avoids the larger feline. Because Candy was on the ship first, so she's claimed most of it as her territory.
Right.
But also being part bird and much smaller, doesn't...
Yeah. She has a good sense of proportion, and she's not the major cat anymore.
Right. And so she seems rather put out.
Right.
Very testy and standoffish.
I'll try to distract her, just playing, getting her attention, perhaps scratching her ears, playing with a cat.
Dangling a string.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah, so the ship moves on. So for a couple of days, what do you guys want to do? Anything in particular over the next couple of days?
I think I'd be hanging around with Silk because she'd be training me in how to use the scimitar over the coming months, and I'd ask her about the origin of Guinevere.
Excellent.
Which I would definitely be teaching him the scimitar, kind of explaining how it's a tribal totem animal. But occasionally Kenyon would notice Silk's attitude seems to kind of soften around him. Like she's getting used to him and he's always been in this proper gentleman.
Yeah.
To you, at least.
Well, he better be.
No, he sees some sort of connection between you and him. Like you say, everyone seems to like him. But the hateful man-hater seems to have been alright with him.
As long as she reserves her ire for human males.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Gambatar?
Two things. First, I'm going to work on my whip proficiency.
Okay.
And second, I'm also going to double check with the rest of the people, and not to bring up old wounds, but is it right if I were to write a book about cyclopses?
Oh. How to keep a healthy, stable off cyclops?
Yeah. Are you writing the book or trying to find and read a book?
No, I'm gonna try and write it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Kenyon would say, haven't you got anything more interesting to write a book about? Why don't you write a book of maps or something?
But
You seem to be interested in that.
there's no other books like the one I will write.
Well, you can leave me out of it.
Okay, I will begin writing my book on Cyclopean mating rituals.
Step 1, have children. Step 2, eat children. Step 3, have children. Repeat.
Yeah, it would be step 3, repeat. So, yeah, that'll...
The illustrations, though, they are highly detailed, and
I must get this out of my head!
it's the therapy when you can talk about it without crying.
Yeah, so that's me.
All right, Matthew. Anything?
I have come to stock my water flask with rum instead of ale now. I spend a little bit more time with Sorelia because I feel like both she and I are in a world where we shouldn't belong. And it's not so much talking, just spending time close to each other, you know? Like making sure that we're aware of each other and then just doing our own thing, just closer to each other.
Okay. Make a diplomacy, persuasion check, whatever charisma-based thing you want.
Wait. I don't even know where diplomacy and... Oh, persuasion, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. My charisma is... right, 10.
10? Yeah, that's good. Yeah. That's plenty. Yeah, she's... I would not say that her attitude is incredibly warm, but it's certainly, you know, several steps above her attitude towards Keenon. So
Right.
she sees you as a professional. Yeah. What's your background, Matt? What's Matthew's background?
Noble.
Noble. Okay. Yeah. So she sees you a little bit as, you know, a little uptight. You're not a great sailor, but you are pretty handy with a sword. So
Yeah. And I'm not shy sharing that if she wants to.
yeah, there's some respect there.
Okay. Good. It's mutual.
There we go. And it's about the third day out from the Cyclops Islands. You guys hear this low rumbling, just this echoey, you know, across miles of open ocean, just this thunderous boom. You know, looking to the sky, there's no clouds, no storm is coming. But looking around a bit more, you do see a thin plume trail of smoke, a very dark black line of smoke going straight up from the horizon.
From where the island was?
No, this would be further to the, you know, to the east, the direction you're headed, maybe 2 points north of east.
Right.
You know, and excuse me. Hold on. You know, and a lot of the sailors are out on deck. You know, people are looking that direction, and there's a lot of muttering and what could that be? What's going on? Yada yada yada. About an hour later, the sea begins to change. It feels like the ship is being pulled forward faster, like but the sails are going flat. It's like the water is pulling or pushing you, and as it continues, you notice that the sea in front of you is swelling, just becoming, you know, like a massive hill of water.
Oh shit. We should tie everything down.
Are we going to tie the ship to?
Yeah, that's the only thing we can't tie it down. But we can tie it down to us so that the ship doesn't go away from us.
Do we see anything?
Just the water just seems to be rising and rising, and the boat does seem to be going up it. So now there's this angle, you know, like you're driving uphill.
I think Silk's gonna take Rin down to the chambers and radiate out the.
Yeah, the sailors seem very excited. Orders are being shouted everywhere. You know, you're being told to batten down the hatches and whatnot. So everybody give me a sailing check. That is, if you have the sailor background, if you're proficient in ships, you can add your proficiency bonus and whatever relevant stat modifier. If not, then it will probably be an intelligence or a dex check.
Okay.
And go ahead and put that in the chat windows, because I'm a visual, not an auditory learner.
I want to die.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, Gambatar and Keenon, you're quick. Wim, because you had the suggestion of tying things down very quickly, I'm going to give you advantage on that.
Oh, thank you.
You can have a second roll.
Natural 20.
Okay. Yeah, you're even so good. You help out a couple of the sailors that are panicking because a couple of them didn't do so well. I made 5 rolls for the crew for the ship in general. And they were that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not roll so hot for the crew. So yeah, you guys help make up for some of the crew's lack, and you like really pitching in and getting things tied down. And yeah, the ship, it comes up to this crest, and it's like you're on top of this massive hill of water. And as you look around for a moment, you just see the ocean sloping down and away for miles at every angle. And as you look towards that plume of smoke, you see that you are a lot closer to this black volcanic island. And then you come, sliding down the other side, and you got the sails are all reeled in. Captain Redmayne himself comes up and takes the helm, takes the wheel. He and Trogar, the half-orc, are on the wheel, just muscling, trying to hold it in place as it slides down.
Right.
And hits with a splash at the bottom, and the wave kind of rolls behind you. Just keeps rolling on. And eventually the waters kind of even out, and kind of an errant wave comes along and hits the side of the ship and pushes you into some rocks that weren't seen, and you just feel this big thud and judder, and you just hear this.
Oh.
And people start yelling from below. And manning the bilge pumps and things, because the ship starts taking on water.
Right. Do we have a shipwright on board?
Oh, yes. Indeed you do.
When everything seems calm again, right, except for the tearing.
Yeah.
I offer my help. Because I don't want to swim.
Anybody else good with carpentry?
Never done it in the
shopping stuff.
I read a book about trees once.
Can I cast Spare the Dying on the ship?
No.
Okay. No, I'll just help out in any way I can, even if it's just like using a bucket to get some of the build water out.
Okay.
Anything possible.
If something needs to be lifted or pulled away or whatever, that's my carpentry skill.
Okay.
Or held in place,
Move heavy thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The shipwright, carpenter / chief engineer is a gnome, a male gnome by the name of Gimbal. Has a bald head, has a very fancy vest, and just, oh my goodness. Oh, but gotta hurry, gotta get this done. Oh my gosh, bring the wood here, do this, something else, get in the hammer, he's just flying at 100 miles an hour, just getting through this, there's several other sailors there. They're tacking on the boards as fast as they can and stuffing with rags and things. And yeah, the ship is servicely patched quickly, which is when you start hearing shouts from above deck.
Oh, okay.
Where is everybody at the moment?
I'm where Gimbal is.
Okay.
I'm either somewhere between helping get rid of the water. I'm either below deck or above deck, throwing it overboard.
All right. Silk, you're in your quarters.
Yep.
And Gambatar?
I probably would have been helping bail water.
Okay. You hear the shouts and the screams, and you all kind of turn and make your way up and kind of get up on deck at about the same time. When you see something very strange. They're flying in the air are these white wispy shapes, and next to it some red-ish, orangish shapes. They look like tiny goblins with wings, but it's certainly nothing you have ever seen before. And they dive at the ship, and one of the sails catches fire. And that's when the crew goes ape crap.
Was I above deck or below deck? Would I have been above deck or would I have been below deck?
You get everybody hits above deck at about the same time.
Okay. We see these things in the sky, and then one of the sails set fire. Do we see them? Are they the cause of it? Is it obvious that
yes.
they may have?
Oh yeah.
Get out my short bow and loose an arrow at one.
Yep. Instant Eldritch Blast, I think.
Yep. So
How many are there?
out her longbow.
You see 2 orangish reddish ones and 2 wispy smoky ones. And if my camera was working, I suppose I can do that.
Okay. I hurry to get decked out, get my sword and shield, and get my crossbow.
Okay, there's the image.
That was quick.
There you go.
Oh,
Those are the things you see.
Oh wow.
wow.
Yeah. They are small little critters, but kind of goblinoid, or mostly gremlin-y, demon-y in shape, with wings.
Yeah.
Two are reddish orange, and 2 are that wispy, smoky kind of look. Everybody roll initiative.
Yay.
Those pictures aren't exactly what I was looking for, but that's as close as I can find quickly. See if I can find. Oh, okay.
Nasty little critters.
Yeah.
I think I would prefer gargoyles, not these.
Yeah. Ah, that's not what I wanted. No, don't do that. Image in a new tab. There we go. Jaren, I think the Panther just goes on your initiative.
Beastmaster Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah, you use your actions to command the beast.
It's not a beast, it's a panther.
It's a natural beast!
Oh well. He should have gone for druid and get some elemental. No,
Summon woodland creatures.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm probably going to do some editing, because the Beastmaster, everything that I've seen and whatnot, sees it as a bit underpowered. So I'm going to say that the beast gets its own action. You don't have to take Silk's action to command the beast. You can kind of just do that verbally, and so it'll get one attack a round on its own. But it does work only on your initiative. And you can choose, who goes first, Silk or Gwen. Where was I? Magma and okay. Matthew is up first.
Oh boy. I loosen a arrow, a bolt, to the nearest critter.
Okay. It would be one of the orange. It looks like liquid lava, just in that shape, the big nose and fiery wings.
Okay. Wait. What was it again? Right. That's a 17.
That will hit.
And I do 7 piercing damage.
Okay.
And can I shout at the top of my lungs something?
Sure. Just don't blow out my eardrums.
What?
Just don't blow out my eardrums.
No, just the character's too close to me. I'm shouting for Claudia's name.
Oh, okay. Sure. He'll get up there next round.
Okay.
We'll see. All right, Keenan.
The one that Matthew had just hit with the bolt.
Okay. Yeah.
Kenyon would look like he reaches up his sleeve, and then it's almost as if he strikes a match, and a purple flame appears in his hand, and he points towards the one that's just hit, and I hex it, and then he, with the other hand, he whips it round over his head and fires a bolt of force at it.
Okay.
It has disadvantage on dex saves.
All right.
It's not saves, it's just checks.
Checks, that's the one. Thank you.
Okay.
And does a 14 hit?
A 14 hits.
Take 4 points of force damage and 3 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, so that's another 7. All right. And dis on dex.
Yes, all dexterity checks.
All right. It's definitely hurt. It's Large chunks of lava seem to be, kind of glopping and pouring out of it. Fortunately, most of it is falling into the ocean with a bit of a hiss. Not yet onto the deck of the ship. Ganbatar.
Shortbow and attack the one that Kenyon just attacked. And that is going to miss. They have 5 AC.
Yeah. Arrow goes sailing. All right. Flanking around the other side of the ship, one of these grayish ones comes zooming in. Just looks like a cloud of ash and smoke in this vague form of some sort of imp-like creature with wings, and it comes sailing in at Ganbatar. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure that'll do. And just comes in, its claws just kind of rake across your back, Ganbatar, for 4 damage. Nice 4 slash, just kind of on your back and shoulder. Second one comes down on the deck, and Matthew and Kenyon, I imagine since you two kind of came up, got up on deck at the same time, and it kind of lands and kind of opens its mouth as it looks at you guys, and oh yay. And this hiss of ash and cinders, comes flying out, but a strong wind comes by at about the same time and kind of blows it out of your direction. So you're not hurt by that. The other two, the reddish ones, come flying down on the deck. First one at. Oh, it's not an attack, it's a save. Okay, Silk and Gwen each make a dexterity save. Jaren, did you get that? Okay. Yeah. You both succeed and each take 1 fire damage as this thing comes out and just spews hot, steamy lava your direction. You're both able to dive out of the way and avoid most of it, but it does catch some of the canvas on fire, and now the ship is burning, or at least a small part of it, as well as the sails up above. And Silk, you are up. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the first one. That was the one that those two hit. There's another one. This one going for Matthew in kind of a flyby, raking attack. Does the 20 hit your AC?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Then you take 3 slashing and 2 fire damage.
Oh man!
As these claws of molten lava just rip into your arm, shoulder area.
Wait, 2, 3 normal and 2 slashing?
3 slash and 2 fire.
Right.
So, okay, now it's Silk's turn.
Okay. As a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Hail of which will give me a 1d10 damage on my next ranger attack.
Yep.
That hits. And I am gonna aim my longbow at the one that just hit my companion.
Okay.
Oh, crit! Nice.
Crit.
Yep.
All right. Double the dice.
So longbow's 1d8, so 2d8 plus 3.
And what does Hail of Thorns do?
It's a 1d10,
I'll double that as well.
so 12. Oh,
Math.
28 30, 31.
31. Okay. Yeah, as this thing comes by, you know, yeah, you see it. You know, it rips into Matthew's shoulder, and Silk turns and just launches this arrow that just kind of spreads out and just absolutely just perforates this thing, and as all of those arrows and the pieces of thorns, you know, as it magically splits in the air, just shred into it. It goes
And
and
any
explodes in a ball of
creature-
lava that covers Matthew.
Any
What?
creature within 5 feet also takes 19.
Well, oh my.
I'm dead.
We'll say that the hail of thorns misses Matthew, but the exploding lava death burst. You need to make a dex save from Matthew.
Okay, that's Dex, right? Dex save. Dex save. Dex save. Dex. That's
Oh, I hope you made it.
3. So that makes 10. Okay, not.
No, the DC's 11. You take 7 fire damage.
Okay.
Where does that put you?
4.
Good enough, I can take care of that.
What? You can shoot again.
I can also cure wounds.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, I can do that myself, right?
With yeah.
Second win.
Second win. Yeah. All right, Silk. You having the kitty do anything?
No, I think the cat will stay with us for now.
Okay. Oh, and that was the one that it's. Oh, no, the first one. I don't know. Okay, Matthew, you are up, barely.
As a bonus action, starting with that, 1d10 plus fighter level. So.
Oh, and by the way, the ship, the floor around you, it's starting to sizzle with lava. You know, as it glopped onto the deck.
Okay, 15 feet to move away from that.
Okay.
I have
Hey.
my movement.
Yeah, and your bonus action to heal.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, that's 3 and 2 is 5 hit points. Not excessive, but more than I had before. I'm back to 9. And I'd like to shoot a crossbow arrow at the nearest other critter.
Okay. There's one magma and 2 smokes.
Magma.
Okay. Magma.
Magma. Okay.
That's the one that tried to flame Silk and the kitty, Gwen.
Okay, 13.
13 hits.
Okay. Damage. 9 damage. Piercing.
9 piercing. Silk and Gwen make another dex save. As a bolt flies between the two of you and hits that magma mephit, that little gremlin of lava, and it just and explodes. All right, you both pass and take just another 3 fire damage, but the lava starts burning the deck, and
What's the crewman doing?
they're trying to put things out and run away and not get hit by lava and die.
Oh, right. That's a good idea.
Yeah, most of them are ducking for cover, but a few are grabbing the water buckets and creating a fire brigade. They're trying to put out the sails and things. Okay, Keenan. Both the magmas are down.
Is that
So the
one
two-
of the ones I had my hex on?
Yes. So you can move it to
Yeah,
one of the
I'll move
smoky
it.
ones.
I will move it to one of the smoky ones, as you so definitely put it. And again, I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to take cover and fire an Eldritch Blast. But I'm also going to use a point of inspiration and get advantage on the attack. And I rolled 9 on both of the dice. So 9 plus. So 13 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do.
10 points of force damage and 1 point of necrotic damage.
Yeah, it does not have any. Yeah, it just gets zapped fried. You know, see some of the smoke just kind of dissipate for a moment. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Okay, Gambatar.
Okay, as a free action, I'm going to say 5 words. This is to the crew. Put out the fires, bitch. Get out my rapier and attack the smoke method next to me.
Okay.
And that's going to be a 10.
That misses.
Not so.
0 for 2. All right. Magmas are down, so it just leaves the smokes. The one next to you. Did it try to breathe on you? Yeah.
No, it clawed me.
Okay, it clawed you. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna try to breathe on you. Give me a DC 10 Dex save.
19.
Oh, okay. Then you are fine. Yeah, this ash just comes flying out at you. But again, you know, it must have been facing the wind because it just kind of gets pushed back and you duck out of the way. It spews everywhere else. The second one, I'm going after. Let's roll a d4 to see who it targets. Oh, okay. The second one comes over to help its buddy on you, Gambatar.
Bring it down!
Does a 16 hit your AC?
That is very much a hit.
Okay.
And as it hits you, it just goes, bitch.
Yeah, you hear this wispy bitch for 4 damage. 4 slash as its smoky claws somehow form enough material to cut into your armor. All right, Silk, you're up. 2 smoke methods, both on top of Gambatar, or at least harassing him.
Okay, for me, I'm gonna go over to Matthew and touch him and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Thank you.
And that will be 9. That will be 10 back.
All right.
That's enough. I'm back to full health.
And then I'll have my Pather go and try to swipe at the Smokies.
Okay. Get him, girl.
Yeah, I was gonna say thanks, girl.
Sup, girl?
And that will be a 13 and a 14 for her to claws.
Oh, she hits 2 attacks. Great. Yeah, both hit.
Nice, she'll get 3 then. She gets her by if both claws hit. And that will be a total of 16.
16. Okay, how does she take care of this thing?
She'll just bat it between both parts, then go in and bite its head off.
Okay, as she rips the head off of this thing, just smoke just billows up and out of its neck hole, and creating just this giant cloud of ash that nobody can see through. So it obscures Gambatar, Guinevere, and the other smoke thing. So that whole area is like a cloud of smoky ash. Matthew, you're up.
Arrow.
Okay, the area is heavily obscured.
And how far is it away from me?
It's in charging distance. You can get there. You can switch to melee.
I will do that. And
before you do that, Kenyon will actually pipe up and he says, "Let me light him up for you first." So I'm suggesting you hold your action and wait to act after me.
Okay.
okay.
Just so you don't get caught in its explosion if it does die. And is this the guy that's got the hex on for me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to point straight at it, Eldritch Blast straight away.
Okay. Blocks vision entirely.
I have got Devil's Sight. To 120
Okay, but
feet.
this isn't darkness. It's a cloud of ash.
Devil's Sight is essentially True Sight, I think.
No, it's just dark vision.
Oh, is it? Okay, fair enough. Do you want that disadvantage then?
Yeah. So yeah, do it at disadvantage. I'll give you that.
18 and 12. So 17 to hit.
Yeah, still hits.
And that's 9 points of force damage and 4 points of necrotic damage.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. describe it. I mean, it doesn't kill it. You bloodied it. So what does that look like with your attack on a smoke critter?
Essentially, because the bolt is just force, it clears a small path through the ash, and as it hits the creature, it just puts a giant fist-sized hole straight through it, where the smoke's just dissipated.
All right. And does that give advantage to Matthew? Or anything?
No, it's just
Okay.
a normal.
Okay.
I was hoping to kill it before he could get in melee range and get damaged by it.
Yeah. No, it's. Well, it doesn't seem like this cloud of ash is hurting Gambitar. It's just making it really difficult to see. You know,
Okay.
you get gunk in your eyes. It's not fun, but it's not explodey lava.
All right.
Matthew. All right.
Yeah. Charge and strike. So that's 15 to hit.
That'll do.
And then we roll a 1d8. And that is 12 damage. Slashing.
Describe its demise. If you wish.
It's my, well, by now, my signature strike. It's just, while I'm running, and get within striking distance, I slide, unsheath, and do a slash from left below to right up,
Okay.
and just kind of cleaving him, essentially, from hip to shoulder.
Yeah, these things are small creatures, so yeah, you just slice right through its torso, and as it, when you do, it just erupts in this just amount of ash and smoke and stuff, and it you know, you kind of cough and choke and blink it out of your eyes, and after about a minute, it just kind of, the wind blows it away, and in that time the crew has gotten a handle on the fires and stuff. The lava has melted through the deck a bit, so there's going to be a few more holes for Gimbal to patch, but at least the immediate danger to the ship is over. And it's about this time that kind of Claudius gets up on deck, you know, just in time to see these things get destroyed by you, and he looks around. It's like, my goodness, well, what are those?
Those aren't bats.
No, not. They weren't bats. They definitely have
Dats.
limbs.
D-E-A-T. Oh no, D-E-A-D-S. I don't know what they are, and they flew and they wanted to set the ship on fire and they attacked us. So
They
Can I roll Arcana for small elemental goblinoids?
Sure.
No. Yeah, it was like a 5.
Oh, yeah. Not a clue. You have never seen nor read anything about anything like this. I mean, they look impish, devilish, but you know, that's you probably think devils are just a legend, a figment of somebody's overly active religious imagination. But now you've seen something. But yeah, you definitely get an elemental vibe.
Okay.
And Claudius is like, this is very strange. And he looks up at the volcano and says, I would like to investigate this.
Go right ahead.
But perhaps not on my own?
Perhaps you should ask for volunteers.
Right, very good. Would you like to volunteer?
Well, it can't be worse than the last island we went to.
Don't say that.
Silk will say that she's willing to investigate, but Guinevere's rather tired, and we should patch up the boat first.
Oh, I'm sure the crew can take care of that. Why don't we just get one of those dinghies, those the little boats, and while they're fixing up the ship, we go take a look at the volcano. Right, sounds good. Excellent.
I'm also gonna put my 2 pounds of Ettercap webbing on the deck if the crew needs it for something, like rope, thread, whatever. They can take it.
Sounds good.
As you put this down, I'm like, what the hell is that?
Oh, when you were sucked through the well to another dimension, we found this.
Wait, what is this?
What happens on the island stays on the island.
Alright, sorry. Well, as long as you don't write a book about it. And then Kenyon will look over to Claudius and I'll just say, oh, sod it. As long as we don't spend too much time over there.
Oh, no. Just a quick little jaunt, I promise.
Okay.
I'm down.
All right. Excellent. Everybody into the boat.
I'm gonna get dressed.
Oh, yes.
And I mean, my armor.
Of
Because
course.
when that stuff happened with the ship, I wasn't wearing my armor, so.
Silk will just let out a whistle and climb aboard the boat and have Guinevere come up, sit by her.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna sit one bench before her.
All right. So the 5 of you plus Cat get in and it's lowered over the side. Start rowing, to the island. You see the smoke still pouring out of the top of this steep volcanic peak. The shore is very rocky, jutting pieces of obsidian cooled lava. But you do find a place to land and pull the ship up and tie it off to a larger chunk of rock. And Claudius just hops out and starts jauntily making his way, picking his way, but then he looks back and says, perhaps our resident survival expert would like to lead the way to find the easiest way to the top.
Let me check. I'm not a survival expert. Oh, I am.
Oh, okay. How much longer can Alex? Can you go?
I can keep going, but if we want to call it here, that'd be fine too.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, this is a good kind of stop point for for folks.
Yeah, I don't mean to like spoil everything, but I'd really appreciate it.
No problem, man.
Yeah, plus it's time for me to go have dinner, and I haven't ate today.
All right. Oh, hey, that's an important thing.
Yeah.
I'm very pro food. Okay, yeah. Let's call it here.
Yeah.
And that way, hopefully, if Carol and Floyd can join us next time, we'll just kind of retcon them into the boat as well.
Yep.
That sounds good. Plus,
All right.
then Trevor can meet my cat before we're in a situation we gotta fight.
Yeah. We'll go back and do a little something to that. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Really
Thanks.
appreciate it. I hope the end of the Cyclops encounter was entertaining for you.
That was fun.
It was interesting, to say the least.
I hate being traumatized.
And
I
I
can't
thought that was the perfect time to bring in the Panther, because of already being traumatized by what was going on.
Yeah. You know what? I might. I'm going to look at some of the sanity and madness rules a little bit more and stuff. Like if you take enough sanity damage, permanent madness might develop. So
If you're seriously looking at sanity rules, I personally don't think much to the D&D ones, but if you look at the Call of Cthulhu ones, they've got some pretty comprehensive sanity rules in there.
yeah, I might peruse a few different systems and just see what tickles my fancy and come back to you guys. I might put a poll or an options on the website or on our Facebook group.
Okay, sounds pretty good.
So yeah, I'll take a look at some of that stuff this week. But my new semester does start on Tuesday. So, but I only have two classes, so I'm not overly busy. So.
Do you teach or study?
I teach ethics, and I think I also have a orientation class this semester. So
Okay.
a lot of fun. And I also try to use D&D in the ethics class as much as I can.
Nice.
Right.
Sometimes pass out like character cards to the students and then say, here's your situation. What do you do? My favorite one is the horses that you're riding get stuck in the swamp, but you hear the howls of wolves closing in. Do you take the time to rescue the horses, or do you leave them as food for the wolves and save yourselves? And then use a moral theory to explain, to justify your actions. So,
The thing is, I'd always ask questions about the outcome. I'm just like, well, is it reasonable that I could get away safely without the need of the horse?
right.
If so, I'd happily shoot the horse in the head, put it out its misery, and just let it get eaten. Well, fuck you, I want to live.
It in the head. Let it fight for a bit. Keep them up. Keeps the wolves up a little bit longer.
Okay, would you rather get shot in the head, die instantly, or get eaten alive by wolves? I know what I'd rather do.
Then I would throw in, but yeah, see, the wolves they like fresh meat, and if it's already dead, then they're just going to chase you. So.
Yeah, well, but that's not really
I'll take the
wolves.
risk.
Wolves are.
And then
wolves are
make sure that I
scavengers.
describe the screaming of the horses neighing, as they are slowly eaten by these wolves and ripped apart. But anyway, okay, I will put up a thing. Do you guys want to go next week or 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks would be nice.
Yeah, 2
Okay.
weeks would be
Excellent.
nice.
Will do. And maybe I can jump in a group next week or so and get to play. So, okay, then
Always
2
come
weeks.
to our Sunday session.
All right, yeah. Just keep me updated on whatever you're doing, man. I'd like to
I'm going
hop
to
in.
jump off, guys, because I need bed. So
All right, later.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright.
Yep, I need to go cry for my loss. And
Yeah, and don't take too much joy from the insanity tables that you're looking through.
yeah, well, no promises there. So,
Okay, well, you guys have a good evening.
yep. Thanks, you too, Jared.
Bye.
Yeah. Good night.